Ladies and gentlemen, the following segment of the podcast is presented exclusively by the Heritage Foundation. For 52 years, Heritage has fought tirelessly for America's founding principles and advancing conservative public policies. Much more than a think tank, Heritage is a conservative policy powerhouse, fighting for the everyday American to advance common sense policies and dismantle the D.C. bureaucracy. Our founding fathers gave us an extraordinary system of government, and the Heritage Foundation is dedicated to defending the heritage and carrying on their legacy for future generations. So get involved by completing their national survey on President Trump's agenda by visiting heritage.org/Levin. That's heritage.org/LEVIN. Paid for by the Great Heritage Foundation.
He's here. He's here. Now, broadcasting from the underground command post, deep in the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Mark Levin here. Our number, 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. So we have this judge in Wisconsin who's obstructing law enforcement. And we're going to get into this in some detail. And the Democrat Party and their media, really one and the same, they say that this is another example of Trump and the team way out of control. Going after a judge like this, it's very unusual. No, what the judge did is very unusual. That's why you go after the judge. Judges aren't above the law either, ladies and gentlemen. We know that. The Democrat Party is everything I said in my last book. The Democrat Party hates America. They were for slavery. They were for segregation. They were for eugenics. They were for literacy tests, all this stuff. They just hate the country. You have to have a certain mindset. I don't care that they say they love the country. They hate the country. They hate the voters when the voters don't do what they want them to do. They hate our laws. Unless, of course, they're their laws. This is a very diabolical and evil party, the Democrat Party. I'm not saying all the Democrat members out there who work for a living. No, I'm talking about the people who run the damn thing, or influence, or have some control over it. They're diabolical. They hate the country. How can you love the country when you have open borders? How can you love the country when fentanyl's pouring in on those open borders and drug traffickers, Venezuelan gangs that we never even heard of before, MS-13, terrorists, fentanyl, pouring over the border? Oh, yeah, they had no problem with it. They had a problem with it. They should have said something to their man, Biden, but they didn't. They're not for women's rights anymore. They oppose women. They hate women. You can't even define a woman. The Civil Rights Act, the amendments to it to protect women's sports, they've eviscerated it. Trump's trying to bring it back so that provision survives. They hate motherhood. They hate the nuclear family. They're all gung-ho on abortion. It's a weird group of people. Very weird. And of course, here you have a judge caught red-handed committing a crime. Committing a crime. She lets this... You know what? I'll let Pam Bondi explain what took place here, but you're going to be able to watch all weekend because the Sunday shows are horrendous if you want to punish yourself. Except mine, of course, which is great. Did I mention that? 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. I'm sure you've set your DVRs by now. And by the way, killer shows. Killer. You know who the biggest fan of my show is, Mr. Producer, other than my wife? The president. I encourage you to watch it. And let me tell you something. Saturday's show is brutal. Sunday's show is brutal. You're going to want to watch both. Seriously. Just DVR it if you're not sure you can watch it. But in any event, here's Pam Bondi explaining. In part, what took place. I mean, we've got this judge in New Mexico. We've got this judge in Wisconsin. It's incredible. These judges... You know, if many of you read Men in Black, my book on the judiciary, my first book ever, and I say these people are flesh and blood. There's some stellar judges, there's some average judges, and there's some real sick bastards who are judges. Just like human society. They're no better. Just because they're lawyers in black robes means nothing. Nothing. Here's Pam Bondi, cut 4 on Fox News today. Go.
So what charges will Cano and his wife face, if any?
Now, this is the judge and his wife in New Mexico that were harboring a Venezuelan gangbanger terrorist in their home. In their home. Go ahead.
Cano, soon to be former Judge Cano, got his charges were just unsealed. He's charged with obstruction. He admitted post Miranda. He took one of the TDA members' cell phones himself, took it, beat it with a hammer, destroyed it, and then walked the pieces to
Wait a minute, that sounds like Hillary Clinton. He must have learned that from her. Go ahead.
To dispose of it to protect him. The wife also is charged with destroying evidence. Sandra, not only that, this TDA member, and he had on a necklace that said kill, something about death. He had tattoos all over him. He also had on his cell phone pictures of 2 decapitated victims. Victims decapitated, gruesome
Somebody
photos.
tell Jamie Raskin. Somebody tell Ayach. Somebody tell Bernie Sanders. Somebody tell the Democrats, the TV Democrats. That's what I'll call them from now on. The cable TV Democrats. Somebody tell the cable TV Democrats. They'll love this guy. He decapitated at least 2 people. Wow. Cool, right? Go ahead.
Sending them out, and whoever he was sending them to was sending back saying, hey, you need to be careful. You shouldn't be sending these. You shouldn't be texting these photos out. Not only that, these 2, the judge and his wife, gave him assault rifles that belonged to their daughter. That's what they're charged with. In the criminal report affidavit, he goes to a shooting range with these assault rifles, with a suppressor, with other known TDA members, and they're shooting. This is the last person that we want in our country, nor will we ever tolerate a judge or anyone else harboring them.
Good. You know, if the Democrats have their way, that's Supreme Court material, that guy. Cut 5, go.
Yeah, and to set the stage for you and Sandra, this was truly horrific. This guy was in court being prosecuted by a state prosecutor for domestic violence battery. He had beat up 2 people, a guy and a girl, hit the guy 30 times, knocked him to the ground, choked him, beat up a woman so badly they both had to go to the hospital. And John, you know, it's so rare for victims to want to cooperate. They wanted to cooperate. They were sitting in the courtroom with the state prosecutor. The judge learns that ICE was outside to get the guy because he had been deported in 2013, came back in our country, commits these crimes, charged with committing these crimes, victims in court. Judge finds out. She goes out in the hallway, screams at the immigration officers. She's furious, visibly shaken, upset, sends them off to talk to the chief judge. She comes back in the courtroom. You're not going to believe this. Takes the defendant and the defense attorney back in her chambers, takes them out a private exit and tells them to leave. While a state prosecutor and victims of domestic violence are sitting in the courtroom.
Mm-hmm. And now this guy's a cause celeb for the Democrats. So understand, now this judge is a cause celeb. Garcia, an MS-13 white beater, he's a cause celeb for the Democrats. This is a sick group of people who had to be leaders of the Democrat Party. Very sick. Cut 6, go.
When you see these judges trying to obstruct your efforts to make this country safer, what is your message to them?
We are going to prosecute you, and we are prosecuting you. I found out about this the day it happened. We could not believe, actually, that a judge really did that. We looked into the facts in great depth. That's her picture up on the screen, Hannah Dugan, who is now in custody. You cannot obstruct a criminal case, and really, shame on her. It was a domestic violence case of all cases, and she's protecting a criminal defendant over victims of crime.
Mm-hmm. Amen to that. Which makes her Supreme Court material, like I said, Mr. Producer, for the Democrats. She fit in well. She'd fit in well with the justice who couldn't define women. Perfect. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.
Listen, folks, if you're like me, you're passionate about protecting our American values. That's why I trust the Heritage Foundation. They're dedicated to promoting policies based on free enterprise, limited government, and traditional American values. The Heritage Foundation does more than just produce policy recommendations. They're mobilizing conservatives across the country. And right now, they need you to take action by completing their national survey on President Trump's agenda. Your responses to this survey will help guide Heritage leadership as they work closely with folks in Washington to promote your values, secure America's borders, and restore our freedoms. Here's what I want you to do. Visit heritage.org/Levin, heritage.org/Levin to complete your survey. It's very, very important. My friends at Heritage need you to act now to help them maximize the impact on President Trump's first 100 days. Heritage is committed to preserving our founding fathers' principles and ensuring that America remains a beacon of freedom and opportunity. So I know you won't sit on the sidelines. You'll get involved, please, today, and make your voice heard. Visit heritage.org/Levin. That's heritage.org/Levin. Please complete your survey today. That's heritage.org/Levin, paid for by the Great Heritage Foundation. So here come the media. The Democrats, here they come. Gary Grumbach, nobody's heard of before. He's an NBC News legal affairs analyst. He's on MSNBC. This arrest of this judge is very unusual, you know. Cut 7, go.
Again, I know how fresh this is, Gary, but do we know how unusual is a situation like this for feds to arrest a judge?
No. What's unusual, lady, you moron, whoever the hell you are, is what the judge did. The judge opened the back door, Mr. Producer. You heard her. Open the back door. Let them out where the jury comes and goes. It's a non-public door. He lets the immigrant with a long criminal record, she lets him and the lawyer and tells them, go out this way. When ICE is right there, and the ICE guy witnesses it, and he calls it in. And so they run down the road, they grab the guy, and then they say, you know what, Judge? You just obstructed federal law enforcement, and she's indicted. And tell us, Gary, how unusual this is, really. Tell us how unusual it is. No, it's not unusual in the world of the Democrats. They want to dumb us down. They want you to believe that's okay. Like morons who want you to believe it's freedom of speech when people are blocking Jews from going to class. That's just freedom of speech. Since when? When? Any time in American history is that freedom of speech? Show me once. Just once. Go ahead.
Well, this is incredibly unusual. This is certainly not something we saw during the Biden administration, not even something we saw during the first Trump administration.
No, you didn't see it because it didn't happen yet, jackass. They don't even tell the audience what actually occurred here. That this judge, so-called, waved to the illegal immigrant and her lawyer to come with her as ICE was sitting in the courtroom. They go through the back door. They go where the jury would normally be. She sends them out the door that's not public. They're running down the street, and ICE grabs them. But that didn't happen during the first Trump administration. It certainly didn't happen with Biden. This is highly unusual, very troubling, very troubling. Here they are arresting a judge. Can you imagine that? They're arresting a judge. You don't get to arrest a judge. No. Judges can do whatever they want. They have black robes. Don't you notice? Go ahead.
The increase of importance of immigration as a priority to the Trump administration this time. This is what we have started.
This is a legal affairs reporter, ladies and gentlemen, for a television network, NBC. This is a legal affairs reporter. Go ahead.
First time we've ever seen a judge arrested like this, but seeing these on-camera videos of arrests at courthouses of immigrants that are there to adjudicate their immigration status is certainly new here, Anna.
Yeah, no, it's not new here. You don't even know what the hell. Oh, good God! Wasn't new during the Reagan administration. When I was serving at the Department of Justice and Immigration, that was the INS at the time, was under our wing at the Department of Justice before Homeland Security was created. Wasn't new for us. We went into churches, we went into mosques, we went into synagogues, we went wherever they were. So I don't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know what he's talking about. What do we have, safe havens now? Safe havens? You don't have safe havens for American-born criminals. What is this? What is this media that we have here? How sick is this? Go ahead. Oh, okay. The fact that the judge committed a crime with witnesses in the courtroom all over the place. How galling, how unbelievable. And the problem is she was arrested and charged with a crime. Don't you see, America? That's the problem. We've never seen anything like this. And we never saw anything like what they did to Donald Trump, but that apparently was okay. Day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. But here, this judge, a judge is nothing but a lawyer. That's it. That's it. They're given a high public position with a lot of power. They have absolutely no accountability. None. Absolutely no accountability. Oh, you know, they could be brought before the Supreme. No, I said absolutely no accountability. And here she's caught red-handed in the light of day in front of dozens of people. And we've never seen anything like this. We've never seen anything like this. We don't do this. Shut up, you moron. You see, they brought Chris Matthews back to NBC and MSNBC. Why? Is he wearing mittens now? He's going to behave, Mr. Producer? You going to behave now, Chris? What was he, off the air for 10 years? They're slowly bringing him back. Is that how they rehabilitate him? I don't know. Anyway, that was Gary Grumbach of NBC News, of the famous Grumbach law firm, but I don't know if he is a law firm or not. What an idiot. So it goes on like this all day. All day. Can you imagine? They arrested a judge. Oh, my goodness. Look at this judge in New Mexico, the one we started out with. They literally have a domestic gangbanger Venezuelan terrorist in their home. We've never seen anything like this, you know? They actually arrested the guy. You can't arrest him. It's a judge. You can't arrest a judge. I can't arrest a judge. They attack Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas looks in the wrong direction. See that? See that? Hey, right over there, Thomas. They go after Sam Alito. His wife hung a flag. Did you see that? She put a flag on the flagpole. Oh, my God. He needs to resign, recuse himself, turn himself inside out. Here we have a judge caught in the commission of a crime. We've never seen like arrest somebody like this. No. That just shows you how obsessed Trump is with immigration. I'll be right back. Folks, I need to talk to you about something crucial to the future of America. Our friends at the Heritage Foundation are on the front lines fighting for our conservative values. Heritage is dedicated to promoting policies that will help bolster our economy, protect our borders, and uphold the rule of law. They're working tirelessly to defend our Constitution and the principles that make America exceptional. To help accomplish this, they need you to complete their national survey on President Trump's agenda today. So you can participate in this survey by going to heritage.org/Levin. That's heritage.org/Levin. Your responses are crucial to this survey, and they'll provide Heritage leadership with crucial feedback as they work closely with the folks in Washington to promote your values, secure America's borders, and restore our freedoms. By completing this very important survey today, you're standing up for the values that have made this country great. And my friends at Heritage need you to act now to maximize their impact on President Trump's first 100 days. So please don't wait. Our future depends on you. Together, we can make a difference, and future generations inherit a nation that is free, prosperous, and strong. So please, right now, visit heritage.org/Levin, heritage.org/Levin, complete your survey, and join the fight for America's future. That's heritage.org/Levin, paid for by the Great Heritage Foundation.
Blasting conservative fire. The Mark Levin Show. Call in now at 877-381-3811.
By the way, Michelle Obama just out there bleeding her heart all over the place. I find nothing more obnoxious. It's not just her, it's other people too. I just really find it obnoxious. Let me tell you why I didn't attend the inauguration for Donald Trump. Can I tell you something? Nobody cares. You're just not important enough. Nobody cares. Hey, did you hear about the fight with Larry David and Bill Maher? No, and I don't care. I don't care. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm too curmudgeonly. I don't care what Michelle Obama has to say, ever, about anything. But then again, I don't care what 98% of these people in media, in entertainment, I don't care what they have to say either. I just don't. Here's why did she come to mind? Because I'm about to play a clip for you from Barack Milhouse Benito Obama. November 2014, by my calculation, that's almost 11 years ago. Cut one, go.
If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
There you go. There you go. He's a tough guy. Adam Smith, Democrat, Washington State. This guy's all over the place, too. He's a little nebbish. But nonetheless, cut two, go.
On the larger question of what Congress wants to do, problem is we can't get a compromise. Toughen the border, but also we've got Donald Trump blocking refugees, taking away temporary protective status. And also a number of us believe that there are a lot of people in this country, undocumented, who should be allowed to stay. They have been a vital part of our economy. They are vital parts of our community. They are husbands, wives, mothers, fathers, working, paying taxes. We have depended upon their labor for decades. And to rip those families apart and send them back to countries that in many cases they don't even know, we believe would be wrong. So Democrats want pathway to citizenship for some undocumented immigrants. And then a lot of us are wide open to talking about toughening the asylum laws.
Shut up, you moron. You're talking in circles. You know, and there's 6 of one, half a dozen. You know, it's called immigration. And then there's illegal immigration. The former is okay if it's agreed to, if it's managed, if it's proportionate. Whatever happened to that word, by the way? It's proportionate. The latter's not okay. It's illegal. Hence, illegal aliens. Hence, illegal immigration. There's no need to split hairs and so forth and so on. It is what it is. Then we have Frederica Wilson. Who's that? Nobody knows who Frederica Wilson is. She's one of the many members of Congress. She's a Democrat from Florida, from Miami. Gee, I wonder what she has to say about this. Cut 3, go.
I've been giving out the phone numbers to the House of Representatives and to the Senate. It's one number.
Okay, may I give you some advice? First of all, when you're going to talk to the press, don't stand next to, Highway 95 or one of those things where all the trucks and the cars are driving. We can't hear, In your case, it's probably a blessing, but just a little bit of PR advice. Go ahead.
Number you call and you threaten it. And you say, this is wrong. This is not America. This is not what we stand for. We need a change. You have to do that. It's going to take the people. Did she say, Mr. Producer?
You call and you threaten? Is that what she said? As painful as it is, can you go back to the top of this? Because there's a lot of background noise. I just want to make sure I just heard the right thing. Go ahead.
I've been giving out the phone numbers to the House of Representatives and to the Senate. It's one number. That number you call and you threaten it. And you say, this is wrong. This is not America. This is not what we stand for. We need a change. You have to do that. It's going to take the people. I've talked myself into oblivion. We need the people. We need an upside.
Where is she, a truck stop or something? I mean, it's actually laughable, in my humble opinion. It's actually... Can I hear that again, just for comedy's sake? I'm sorry, America. This is cracking me up. Can you do that again, please? Go ahead at the top. Go ahead.
I've been giving out the phone numbers to the House of Representatives and to the Senate. It's one number. That number you call and you threaten it. And you say, this is wrong. This is not America. This is not what we stand for. We need a change.
We Americans, we stand for illegal immigration. We stand for Venezuelan gangs and El Salvadoran gangs. We Americans, we stand for the communist Chinese working with the drug cartels in Mexico, sending fentanyl into our country. That's what we stand for. In America, we stand for guys like Garcia who beat their wives and are members of the MS-13. Poor fella. He should be brought back. We should order the president to bring him back to America. I mean, after all, who else is going to pick the lettuce? They're doing jobs Americans won't do. Isn't that right? Whatever your name is. Is this the one that wears the stupid hat, Mr. Producer? Oh, she's dressed there in pink with a pink hat? Well, she's to be taken very seriously. Oh, yes, indeed. This is what America stands for, ladies and gentlemen. To be opposed to America. We're now in the position, America, where we are knowingly importing gang members. We're knowingly importing criminals. We're knowingly allowing women to be sold into sex slavery. We're knowingly allowing children to be sold into sex slavery. That's the Democrat Party platform. Wouldn't it be great if we could at least agree that that's bad? That we'd do something about due process. Due process. We need due process. He had due process twice. More due process. We need more due process. Except when it comes to Trump. In that case in New York, he never had due process. He never had equal protection. He never had free speech. He never had anything. Well, he deserved it. He deserved it. And the J6ers, they deserve it. They deserve it. These neo-Nazis. They deserve it. And what about Elon Musk? He deserves it. Get him. Get him. Get his cars. Destroy him. Destroy him. But due process for the wife beater. He had it twice. No, it doesn't count. There was a technical problem. Oy, oy, oy. If my father and mother were alive today and they saw, they wouldn't believe this. They wouldn't believe this. What's happening to this country? Here we have the senior crime and justice correspondent for CNN. Oh, you'll be shocked. I mean it seriously, what she has to say about this judge who was arrested for committing an offense a vile, unbelievable offense in the light of day in front of like 25 witnesses. Yes, what was it? Jose, come with me, and your lawyer, too. Your lawyer, slip and fall. You come with us, too. We're going to go out the back door here. We're going to go through the jury room. I'm going to send you outside. Make a run for it. It's what she did. It's what she did over there at NBC and MSNBC. We've never seen anything like this. A judge to be arrested for something like this? I mean, that Trump, he's really obsessed with immigration. Nothing to do with Trump, you morons. Here is Caitlin Polance. Where are they getting all these people from, Rich? Where are they getting all these people from? They going to Ed's law school? I mean, where are they finding these people? But anyway, you'll be surprised at this one. Cut 8, go.
We have reached out to the Milwaukee County Circuit Court, which is where the judge sits, Judge Hannah Dugan. They have not responded yet, and there isn't any publicly available information in the court record about this, but it would be a startling development if this judge was arrested as she was working on the bench as a judge handling an immigration case or a case of a person that ICE was also interested in. Wolf?
Yeah, very dramatic and significant indeed.
That Wolf Blitzer, he's a Sharpie, isn't he? What? Oh, yeah, very dramatic and significant. Anyway, good job there, Caitlin Polance. Another moron. Probably graduated at the bottom of her law school, Claire, depending on the law school, maybe at the top. Yes, it would be startling development if this judge was arrested as she was working. Listen to this. If you're one of the 7 people watching CNN, you don't know what the hell's going on. It would be startling development if this judge was arrested as she was working on the bench as a judge handling an immigration case or a case of a person that ICE was also interested in. Handling an immigration case, she told him to make a run for it, and she told him how to make a run for it. You idiot. You idiot. Oh, my Lord. It's incredible. It's incredible what we've become. Not you and me, them. And they control the culture. They control the culture. First Amendment speech now at Harvard is chasing Jewish people down the street. Oh, who knew? What if they're chasing black people down the street? Is it still the First Amendment? No, not at all. That's wrong. What if they're chasing gay people down? No! That's wrong. What if they're chasing anybody else down there? That's wrong. But these are Jews. Come on now. That's free speech, right, Candace? Right? Right, Candace? God help us. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.
Listen, folks, if you're like me, you're passionate about protecting our American values. That's why I trust the Heritage Foundation. They're dedicated to promoting policies based on free enterprise, limited government, and traditional American values. The Heritage Foundation does more than just produce policy recommendations. They're mobilizing conservatives across the country. And right now, they need you to take action by completing their national survey on President Trump's agenda. Your responses to this survey will help guide Heritage leadership as they work closely with folks in Washington to promote your values, secure America's borders, and restore our freedoms. Here's what I want you to do. Visit heritage.org/Levin, heritage.org/LEVIN to complete your survey. It's very, very important. My friends at Heritage need you to act now to help them maximize the impact on President Trump's first 100 days. Heritage is committed to preserving our founding fathers' principles and ensuring that America remains a beacon of freedom and opportunity. So I know you won't sit on the sidelines. You'll get involved, please, today, and make your voice heard. Visit heritage.org/Levin. That's heritage.org/LEVIN. Please complete your survey today. That's heritage.org/LEVIN, paid for by the Great Heritage Foundation. May I ask you something, Mr. and Mrs. America? How do we ever lose an election? I mean, we should be able to run mannequins. Stuffed animals. Blow-up dolls. You know what I mean, Democrats. Blow-up dolls. We should be able to run them against the Democrats and win in landslides in congressional districts and Senate races across America. You have to be the most incompetent boob to lose to these people. Don't you, Mr. Producer? Listen to them. Watch this stuff. There's so much low-hanging fruit. There's so much low-hanging fruit. It's like this guy Raskin. Now, I know his district's all Democrat and commie. I got it. But his appearances are multitudinous, so his stupidity is available everywhere for everybody to see. And not just him. That clown Jasmine, what the hell is her name? I don't even care. Out of Texas. Or the bald one, what's her name? Presley? Or Ayach? Or the whole damn bunch of them. Just do a loop. Play a loop. And can you believe this, Harvey? What's that? They actually arrested a judge in the courthouse. God. He's Hitler. He's got to be Hitler. If he's not Hitler, he's Goring. Yeah, I've never seen anything like this before. He arrested a judge in a... What? Arrested a judge in a courthouse? How much lower will it get than this? How much worse can it be? Well, she committed a crime in the courthouse. Hey, we don't care. As long as it's not Clarence Thomas or this Alito guy. How they slipped through, we'll never know. Arrested him in a courthouse. They literally wanted to arrest Donald Trump and put him in prison during the course of the election. These people who are stunned. They did what? They did what? I ask you a question, America. Why do these people hold judges up so high? Of course, the ones they hate, they want to throw in in the El Salvadoran prison. But I'm talking about as a general rule. Why do we hold them up so high? Oh, Your Honor. We should stop with the Your Honor crap. These lower court judges don't deserve, oh, Your Honor. Just talk to them. I have a case. You didn't call me Your Honor. Excuse me. I have a case. Why can't we call them by their names? Mr. Boasberg. Mr. Bozoberg. Why can't we call you by your name? Tanya Chunkin. Your Honor. It goes to their head. Oh, Your Honor. That's damn right. It's Your Honor. It's my courthouse right here. I've got the bailiff right here. Guy's about 97 years old, potbelly, snoozing. That's right, I'm the bailiff. Okay, great. Look at the paneling we have. All this beautiful wood panel. They even give me a hammer. I can bang the hammer down. Anytime somebody is troubling me, I can hold them in contempt. Right as I sit there, I can point to them and send them to jail. I'm special. You call me Your Honor. Your dishonor. I don't want Israel dragging us into a war, Mr. Producer. Have you heard this, Mr. Producer? Can Israel drag the United States into a war? Don't we have a president, Congress, courts, a whole system? Did Israel drag us into war with North Korea when they got nukes? Did Israel drag us into war with Pakistan when they got nukes? How did North Korea get nukes? Does anybody know? I'm going to discuss this at length. I think on my Sunday monologue. You're going to want to hear this, I'm sure. How did they get nukes? 25 years of this. That's how they got nukes. Democrat and Republican administrations and presidents. Negotiating, signing deals, more deals. Then they violate the deals. Then they breathe air back into the deals. And then one day they bring out a shining nuclear missile. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? You breached the deal. Oh, do tell. Do tell. Pakistanis, same damn thing. Third world. Iran is using North Korea's playbook. That's what they're doing. I can't have Israel dragging us into war. After all, there was 9/11. Well, Israel didn't drag us into 9/11. Well, you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean. No, I don't know what you mean. Well, it's free speech at Harvard. Chasing Jews is free speech. Right, Candace? I don't know. I always turn to her when I really want to know the truth. I'll be right back. This segment of the podcast is exclusively sponsored by Pure Talk. Pure Talk offers great coverage and can save your family money on your wireless bill every single month. Go to puretalk.com to find the plan that's right for you. Thank you again for listening, and thank you so much for this sponsorship, Pure Talk.
He's here. He's here. Now, broadcasting from the underground command post, deep in the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Hello, America. Mark Levin here. Our number, 877-381-3811. Hello, 877-381-3811. China cheers on Trump's Iran talks, supports Tehran nuclear program. They more than support it. They actually do support it with technical know-how. Now, come on, Mark. That's enough. You going to drag us into a war? Oh, yeah. I'll drag us into a war. Pretty sick. You know, it's not good enough I sit back here and I'll say one day I told you so. But I'll make a prediction to you. No matter what's negotiated, if it's the greatest deal that we've ever seen, and I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that looks like because these are terrorists and they don't abide by deals. But let's say it is. Donald Trump's not going to be president forever. He's got 4 years, regardless of what all the lunatics say about a third term. And he's obviously having a grand old time with the left. And, hey, did you see? Trump's selling clothing with 2028 Trump. My God, he's a dictator. You morons. But that aside, you think they're going to honor it? And why do you think they're going to honor it? Mr. Call Screener, one line open, just one line for the kooks. Please call me and tell me why Iran will honor any deal. Try not to bring up Jews, Israel, or me. Just answer the question if you can. Why would Iran honor any deal? I can tell you so far they haven't honored anything. We wouldn't even be at this point if they'd complied with the deals that they've already signed. And obviously, we think that they're quite capable of breaking out with nuclear weapons. Otherwise, why are we negotiating with them? Oh, look, they just want nuclear power to heat their homes in the desert. I think I just heard an official say that. Not in those words. Look, they have a right to domestic nuclear power. I don't know. Are we negotiating with other countries that have domestic nuclear power? No, not one. Why? Because they're not making nukes to aim at us. That's why, and Iran is. How stupid do people think we are? Yes. This will be different. I trust the president to do the right thing. I trust the president, whatever so-called deal they may come up with, will require the Islamo-Nazi regime in Iran to dismantle its nuclear program. Why wouldn't I believe that? He said they shouldn't get any nukes. So that's where my head is. But there are people around him, the Lilliputians, whispering, no. No, you can't do this. Can't do this. I wonder how many people on radio and TV who spew stupid stuff are getting money from one of these entities. I'm just wondering, don't you wonder, Rich? Whether it's Qatar or Saudi Arabia or family members or friends. I'm just wondering, because this is what Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and their ilk do. They spread the wealth. In other words, they buy people. I'm just curious about it. Or do they give to their favorite causes, or they do 1,000 other things? I just wonder how many of them are. Some of them are. And we know who they are. What a joke. What a joke. Judge who blocked Trump from cutting funding to sanctuary cities has deep ties to the Democrat Party. Oh, do tell. Fox. Thank God for Fox. The judge has spoken at events in support of former Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Barack Obama. How can you be a judge and do this? How can you be a judge and do this? I'm just curious. Well, who's going to stop them? An Obama-appointed federal judge in California who issued a ruling blocking the Trump administration from cutting funding to sanctuary cities has deep financial ties to the Democratic Party, records indicate. I want to thank Peter Pinedo at Fox for reporting this. I'm sure it'll be all over MSLSD and the Constipated News Network on the front pages of the New York... No. Pete Hegseth. Is he wearing makeup? Oh, my God. Above the fold. They're running with stories about Pete Hegseth. They never ran with stories about the Holocaust. They're the New York Times, America. There's the New York Times. Judge William Orrick, O-R-R-I-C-K, of the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California, issued a ruling yesterday that said President Trump's executive orders against sanctuary cities are unconstitutional. You're unconstitutional, you jerk. Your very existence. Let me go on. Orrick said that Trump's orders instructing Attorney General Bondi and the Department of Homeland Security to withhold federal funds from sanctuary cities and counties that do not cooperate with federal immigration law would violate the Constitution's separation of powers principles and the spending clause, as well as the 5th and 10th Amendments? No, they don't. How would it violate the 10th Amendment? They're getting federal monies. How would it violate the 5th Amendment? What is he talking about? Due process? And how does it violate the spending clause? When the President of the United States is telling those who receive funds that you are not free to defy federal policy and federal law in the receipt of those funds. This is such a politically fraudulent opinion by this schmuck. Your Honor. Your Honor. The judge says Trump's orders, titled Protecting the American People Against Invasion and Ending Taxpayer Subsidization of Open Borders, are unconstitutionally vague. He's throwing every label, every tagline, every shibboleth. Ooh. Is that one of the banned words, Mr. Producer? At the wall. Oh, it's vague. It violates due process. It's, it violates separation of powers. It's a violate. Come on, my first-year law clerk. Tell me. Didn't you learn about this in school? Tell us something. Yes, Your Honor. Try, I don't know. Just keep throwing it at the wall. Orrick wrote that the threat to withhold funding causes them irreparable injury in the form of budgetary uncertainty, deprivation of constitutional rights, and undermining trust between cities and counties and the communities they serve. That's a good one right there. That's a big one. According to donation records stored in the Federal Election Commission database, Orrick, who was nominated by Obama in 2012, was donated $113,600 to Democratic candidates throughout the years. He shouldn't be donating anything to anybody. Republicans or Democrats. You're a judge. Look at me. I have a robe. Democrats that Orrick has donated to include Obama, John Kerry, Hillary Rotten Clinton, B.J. Bill Clinton, and Dianne Feinstein, rest her soul. Orrick made 2 donations to the Obama Victory Fund, $2,300 and $28,500 in 2008. What are they trying to say, that he bought his judgeship? Maybe he did. He also has contributed a total of $53,500. Hey, he must be a man of the people. To the Democratic National Committee, and made a $3,000 donation to the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee. $2,000 donation to the Iowa Democratic Party, guys in California. And besides his financial donations, a Senate Judiciary Committee questionnaire further reveals that Orrick served as co-chair of the Bay Area lawyers to elect John Kerry, 2003-2004, as well as the Bay Area lawyers, to elect Barack Milhouse Benito Obama. People say, why do you call him that? Well, he doesn't want us to use his middle name, Hussein. He's embarrassed. So I gave him middle names. I gave him Richard Nixon's middle name, Milhouse. And he helped get the trains to run on time, I understand. But when he used that line, hey, I have a pencil. What did he say? A pen and a cell phone. I said, well, that's very fascistic. So it is Barack, Milhouse, Benito Mussolini, Obama. No offense, no Hussein. In 2009, this judge introduced then California DA candidate Harris at a campaign fundraiser in San Francisco. He's also stumped for Obama and Kerry at several events. Now, he did a lot of this before he was a judge, okay? But their point is clear. This isn't like some judicial scholar. Wow, this guy's smart. No. This guy's a thug, a Democrat Party thug, and there he is. And the phrases that he's throwing around in this opinion are so ridiculous and so outrageous. The Democrats have been using funds forever to force schools to teach certain things, to force localities to do certain things, to force states to do certain things when it comes to the environment and so forth and so on. So here's Trump saying, Sanctuary City, you don't have a right. You don't have a right to say, I'm not enforcing federal law. Oh, look at this, the judge says. That violates this, and it violates nothing. Absolutely nothing. Zero. And he puts in place a national injunction. Even though he's a crackpot, apparently from San Francisco, he puts in place a national injunction. I can't believe they arrested that judge in the courtroom there. We've never seen anything like that. No. Can you imagine being in that courtroom and watching this judge escort the illegal alien, who's a violent illegal alien, and his lawyer through a door, and you're like, what's going on? And then you learn soon thereafter that this judge, that she brought them through the jury door that goes outside, that's not a public door, and they made a run for it. And CNN is concerned that the judge was arrested in the courtroom. Where should she be arrested? Better not be in a church. Oh, okay. Better not be in a courtroom. Okay. Don't grab her off the streets. I can't take her off the street. No. Don't go to her house. This is what we're dealing with. Insanity. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.
Don't get suckered into the same old free phone game by Big Wireless that comes with a lot of fine print, like requiring you to sign up for 4 lines plus activation fees, plus. And the end of the day, you paid for that free phone 3 times over. Pure Talk is my sponsor, my wireless company. They have a much better offer. With a qualifying plan of just $35 a month, you can get a brand new Samsung Galaxy A26 for free. Now, this phone is virtually indestructible. Gorilla Glass captures beautiful wide-angle photos with next-generation camera lenses. All you need to do is switch to Pure Talk. For just $35 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, 15 gigs of data, more than you'll ever need, with mobile hotspot, all on one of America's most dependable 5G networks. Go to puretalk.com/Levin to make the switch. Again, that's puretalk.com/LEVIN to claim your free Samsung Galaxy with qualifying plan when you switch to Pure Talk. Wireless by Americans for Americans. Well, a good chunk of next week I won't be here, Mr. Producer. Should I tell America why? I'm traveling to the Holy Land to conspire to drag America into the war. Did you know that, Mr. Producer? No, really. I'm going to find the drums so we can do the drums of war. Oh, yeah. I'm going to go to the Holy Land and I'm going to drag the United States into a war. Being Jewish and all. Neocon. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, yes. And a warmonger. Oh, yes. So I will conspire against my own country, because that's what we Jews do, you know. Oh, yeah. That's right. We don't really love our country, America. I'm so sick of this, you have no idea. And the people saying it are such punks. Nobody ever comes up to my face and says anything of that sort. But you know me, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to drag us into a war with Iran. Yes, yes. Because that's what we do behind this microphone. 25 years. That's why the audience is so massive. Because we drag people into war. That's what we do here. There's not a bigger voice for this country. There's not a bigger voice for Christianity. There's not a bigger voice for patriotism, a bigger voice for people of goodwill than my voice behind this microphone. Not the newbies and the influencers and all the other grifters. I'm here 3 hours a day, and I've been here 3 hours a day almost for 25 years. There's a whole archive of my audio that people go through. What did he say this time? What did he say this time? Can't we knock him off the air? I've seen him come and I've seen him go. And I've seen him come again and I've seen them go again. Just the way it is. Rush and I used to talk about this all the time. The biggest supporter of Israel I ever knew was Rush Limbaugh. Took helicopter rides with the Prime Minister to look over the Golan Heights and so forth and so on. He loved going to the Holy Land. He loved going to Israel as a practicing and believing Christian. He loved going. He was a relentless supporter of the state of Israel. Last time I checked, he wasn't Jewish. He was a great man. I miss him a lot. And I know he would be very proud of what I'm doing here. And I'm very proud of you in the audience here, because you're not the kooks, you're not the fringe. You're Mr. and Mrs. America. We have people who tell us what Americans believe. We have people who tell us what populism is. We have people who tell us what the middle class is. They don't know crap. Some of them spent their lives in Hollywood. Some of them have spent their lives on college campuses. That's fine. I'm not putting it down. Some of them have no lives. They just think they're smarter than everybody else. That's not how I roll here. It's just not. I respect you in my audience. I treat you with respect. You're so much smarter and better and honorable and moral than the people who criticize you and me. The idea that we would be dragged into a war if it wasn't in our best interest, the idea that I would do it, or the Israelis would do it. The Israelis knocked out the nuclear power plant, the nuclear facility in Iraq without our help. They knocked out the nuclear, that was 1981 under Begin. They knocked out another one in Syria in 2007 without our help. They came under withering criticism by our government and our State Department and by the Europeans, including in 81 by Reagan. And Reagan later said he was wrong. They were right. They didn't ask for our help. They didn't drag us into a war. They're not dragging us into a war now. They want to take out the nuclear sites. Well, no. You need our permission. We negotiated for 25 years with North Korea. Republican presidents, Democrat presidents, Republicans again, Democrats again, deal after deal after deal, agreement after agreement after agreement. And for years, we even subsidized that country so it could feed its people. And all the time, it was building a nuclear weapons program. And now it's got dozens of nuclear weapons. No big deal, right? We're 0 for 2. We failed when it came to North Korea, and we failed when it came for Pakistan. The Israelis are 2 for 2. They took out the plants in Iraq, and they took out the plants in Syria. Actually, we might be able to learn a little something from them. I'll be right back. Don't get suckered into the same old free phone game by Big Wireless that comes with a lot of fine print, like requiring you to sign up for 4 lines plus activation fees, plus. And the end of the day, you paid for that free phone 3 times over. Pure Talk is my sponsor, my wireless company. They have a much better offer. With a qualifying plan of just $35 a month, you can get a brand new Samsung Galaxy A26 for free. Now, this phone is virtually indestructible. Gorilla Glass captures beautiful wide-angle photos with next-generation camera lenses. All you need to do is switch to Pure Talk. For just $35 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, 15 gigs of data, more than you'll ever need, with mobile hotspot, all on one of America's most dependable 5G networks. Go to puretalk.com/Levin to make the switch. Again, that's puretalk.com/LEVIN to claim your free Samsung Galaxy with qualifying plan when you switch to Pure Talk. Wireless by Americans for Americans.
This is Radio Free America on the Mark Levin Show. Call now, 877-381-3811.
By Americans for Americans. That's what we do here. We warmonger neocons. That's what we do. Oh, yeah. And the funny thing is, it's the isolationists, the pacifists, the appeasers. They're the ones that get us into wars because the enemy looks and says, wow, they're weak. They're weak. There's a man who's in the House of Representatives whose name is way too long for me to pronounce, and it's almost all consonants, so that makes it complicated. I'm just telling you the truth. I can't pronounce the guy's name. He's Representative Raj. Well, you try. Krishnamurthi. Krishnamurthi, Mr. Producer? Good enough. We call him Raj. Just Raj. By the way, I have a lot of friends named Raj. Raj. And he was on CNN today, and he wants to be a senator, by the way. That's a long bumper sticker. I bet they have to pay extra for these long bumper stickers. Vote for Raj Krishnamurthi, which is fine. Fine. I have no problem with that. People make fun of my name all the time, Mark. They said, what's with this name Mark, Mr. Producer? Mark. Nobody calls anybody Mark anymore. Well, that's true. Cut 10, go.
Well, I think that we should continue what the Biden administration did, following up on the first Trump administration with regard to strategic tariffing, where the Chinese practice, for instance, dumping or other tools of economic aggression, where they dump products at prices less than the cost of even producing them. So glass, paper, steel, aluminum, solar panels.
Glass, paper, wait a minute. Isn't that glass, paper, scissors, Mr. Producer? Isn't that a game? What's this guy going to do? List all the products that exist in the world? Go ahead.
Those are areas where I think strategic tariffing makes sense to level the playing field to make sure that our companies are able to compete. However, if you impose blanket tariffs on everything, including from everywhere, whether they are friends, partners, or allies, or China, basically what you do is you just increase prices.
This guy is not an economist, not a CPA, he's not a businessman, but he knows. What Trump's trying to do, across-the-board tariffs, is to get the other countries to open up their markets. It's that simple. I don't like tariffs, but if that's the purpose, then I support what the president's doing. That is, he's trying to create a free market globally, or a more free market globally. He doesn't like tariffs to like tariffs. So this guy's trying, and we got to pinpoint this. Say, you know what? The salami that you're getting from Bulgaria, I understand a tariff on that. Oh, yeah, I got it. Like we're supposed to sit around and have a long list of every product that's ever been produced. You could put a tariff on that one, and then it'll be very... All these leftists, they always have the same thing. We don't disagree necessarily with what they want to do. Cut the bloat in government, fraud, abuse. It's the way they do it. It's the way they do it. It's the way they do it. They don't care about the way it's done. They don't care about any of it. They're just full of crap, like this guy. Our friend Raj, who was on CNN today. Raj. By the way, Raj, feel free to call in and help us out so we can better, and I mean this seriously, articulate your name, which I'd like to do. Then there's a guy named John Ossoff, Ossoff. He's at a town hall in Marietta, Georgia. This guy is a trust fund baby. His father's worth a fortune. He's a radical left-wing Democrat because he can afford to be. And he's got a new idea, America. Got a very new idea. Cut 11, go.
You keep saying that there isn't a magic button.
Yeah.
And I recognize that you're a senator and not in the House. And everything that Trump is doing is leading us down an authoritative rule. Why are there no...
First of all, I have to laugh as somebody who's actually literate. Did she say an authoritative rule, Mr. Producer? He's leading us down an authoritative rule. Does she understand authoritative in many respects is a positive word? Like, that guy is an authority on the Constitution. He's authoritative on the Constitution. He is. Oh yeah. Yep, that guy over there, very authoritative on the Constitution. She means authoritarian, which has nothing to do with authoritative. Hey, babe, look. Hey, what do I know? Another liberal dingbat. That's right. He's leading us down an authoritative role. That's good. That's good. Good. It's George, but that's good. Good. Very good. Can we start from the beginning? Cut 11. Go.
You keep saying that there isn't a magic button.
Yeah.
And I recognize that you're a senator and not in the House. And everything that Trump is doing is leading us down an authoritative rule. Why are there no calls for impeachment? This is unacceptable. I will not live in an authoritative country. And neither will
I will not live in an authoritative country. I won't live in an authoritative... And the clapping... She's right. Oh, yes, she's right. We're all illiterate. What about impeachment? I know you're in the Senate. Okay, number one, lady, you mean authoritarian. Number two, the Republicans control the House. Number three, you're right, he's in the Senate. Number four, stick your impeachment. I'm sick of it. Every time they disagree with Trump, we're doing this, they're doing that. These people are running around. They love the Venezuelan gangs, the MS-13 gang. Love them. They love their corrupt judges. They love the open borders. And they love women being sold into slavery and children being sold into slavery. What else explains them? What else? They cannot get away with this any longer. Any longer. They need to be called out directly and in real English by people who are relatively literate. I will not live in an authoritative society. You got to play this again, Mr. Producer. Please start at the top.
Saying that there isn't a magic button.
Yeah.
And I recognize that you're a senator and not in the House. And everything that Trump is doing is leading us down an authoritative rule.
First of all, everything Trump's done, everything. Leaving us down an authoritative. First of all, how are you leading us down an authoritative? Let's take the next rule. You're leading us down a rule? Does she mean road, Mr. Producer? Hey, Gewalt. Go ahead.
Calls for impeachment. This is unacceptable. I will not live.
I demand impeachment. I demand it. Authoritative. Able to be trusted as being accurate or true and reliable, Mr. Producer. That's the definition. That's the definition. Definitive, classical, accurate, comprehensive, magisterial. Yes. I'm sick of Trump leading us down an authoritative rule. I can't stand it. He needs to be impeached. For being authoritative? I don't think that's in the Constitution. High crimes and authoritative. These are the morons that we're dealing with. Absolute morons. Continue, please. Go ahead.
Country, and neither will any of these people. You can do more. Think outside the box.
You can do more. Think outside the box. I insist. Think outside the box. you can do more. So she's attacking authoritarianism, is what she's trying to say. And then she tells the guy, you can do more than's in the Constitution. I mean, my God, the guy's authoritative. You got to stop him. An authoritative rule. You got to think outside the box. Think outside the box. Go ahead.
I will not live like this. My dad is retired full-bird Army colonel. My parents are healthcare. I have a son.
Yeah, but that doesn't explain you, does it? Does it? No, it doesn't. Somebody dropped you on your head. Did she say her parents are healthcare? Did she say that too? Go ahead.
Kids that attend Title I school. Do you think that there's nothing can be done? No. Do something more. I like you, and I will vote for you if you are brave and you do what we need.
Shut up and sit down, you idiot. Shut up and sit down. You haven't even lived a life yet. You want everybody, impeach him, get rid of him. I don't like him. He's authoritative. Authoritative rule. And my parents are health care. Come on, you got to do this. I insisted, and I really did. Shut up and sit down. Oy, oy, oy. Oh, she is a future. Oh, yeah. She can be the press spokesman for Cory Booker or something like that. Oh, yeah, she'd fit right in. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.
Don't get suckered into the same old free phone game by Big Wireless that comes with a lot of fine print, like requiring you to sign up for 4 lines plus activation fees, plus. And the end of the day, you've paid for that free phone 3 times over. Pure Talk is my sponsor, my wireless company. They have a much better offer. With a qualifying plan of just $35 a month, you can get a brand new Samsung Galaxy A26 for free. Now, this phone is virtually indestructible. Gorilla Glass captures beautiful wide-angle photos with next-generation camera lenses. All you need to do is switch to Pure Talk. For just $35 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, 15 gigs of data, more than you'll ever need, with mobile hotspot, all on one of America's most dependable 5G networks. Go to puretalk.com/Levin to make the switch. Again, that's puretalk.com/LEVIN to claim your free Samsung Galaxy with qualifying plan when you switch to Pure Talk. Wireless by Americans for Americans. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, there are many ways to listen to this program, mostly with your ears, but you know what I mean. Many ways to listen to the program. We have our wonderful affiliates, AM and FM, all across the country, in every corner of the country. We also can, on our platform, our podcast platform, you can listen as well. You can listen to us on our YouTube channel. You can listen to us on our wonderful Sirius XM satellite. You can listen to us on Mark Levin app, iHeartRadio app. In fact, if you put on a tin hat, you can hear us too. Can't you, Mr. Producer? Mr. Producer does this every night. Anyway, seriously, go to marklevinshow.com, click on Audio Rewind, select your favorite platform. Don't miss a minute of this show, let alone an hour. Or search Mark Levin Show on your favorite podcast platform. That's what I recommend. You know your favorite podcast platform. Search Mark Levin Show. You can also find us, the full program, as well as interviews and specials on YouTube, our own YouTube channel. You go to youtube.com at Mark Levin Show, or better yet, just search Mark Levin Show on YouTube. It's that simple. We're everywhere. You know, some hosts and people are everywhere like a bad rash. We're not a bad rash. No. But we are everywhere, pretty much everywhere. That's right. By the way, this John Ossoff, the trust baby, the radical left-wing Marxist trust baby, cracks me up. You know, Marx, his father was a wealthy lawyer. And his father would help him pay for his rent because, you know, spewing communism back then, which was kind of a new idea, didn't really pay the rent. It's the system. They're screwing me. The system's screwing me. Look at me. I'm writing this great stuff about communism. Look at, and nobody will pay me. Damn capitalists. Anyway, So his father was a lawyer who subsidized him. Much like Asaf. You know, there's a lot of names I can think of to maybe not rhyme, but come pretty close with Asaf, Mr. Producer, but I best not use them here. Eric Swalwell. You remember him? Who was he with? Fu Fu, Fung Fung? What was the woman's name? Fang Fang. Close. Close. Communist Chinese spy. This guy still shows his face. He should be walking around Congress, if he's walking around Congress at all, with a bag over his head. And I don't mean a baggie. I mean a paper bag. I bumped into him about a year ago in Congress when I was going to watch a speech, I forget. And his eyes almost popped out of his head, Mr. Producer. Like, uh-oh. 5-day growth on his face. He's much shorter than I thought. But then again, everybody comes, well, you're taller than I thought. I know, because when I'm on TV, I'm sitting on my ass. I'm not standing up. Do you think I'm taller than most people think, Mr. Producer? I'm not that tall. I'm 6 feet tall. What do they think? I'm 5'8"? Anyway, here's I can't even get it out of my throat. Swalwell at a town hall today. Cut 13, go.
On Pete Hegseth. Well, we made everyone RSVP to learn.
Shut up. That's good enough. Now, he's got a real diverse audience there, doesn't they? Mention Pete Hegseth and they start laughing. Pete Hegseth is a wonderful man. He's a wonderful Secretary of Defense. What you see happening right now are two things. Number one, the entrenched bureaucracy at the Defense Department is trying to take him out. Number two, the isolationists, the Soros-Koch crowd, trying to take him down too, the way they tried to take down Mike Waltz. They wanted to take down Waltz. They wanted to take down Hegseth. No question about it. Hegseth should stay exactly where he is. The president says he backs him 100%. Keep doing your thing, Pete. We'll be right back.
He's here. Now, broadcasting from the underground command post, deep in the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Hello, America. Our foot's on the gas pedal. Our final hour of the week, hour 3, we call it the Power Hour. I am Mark R. Levin, Esquire. You can just call me the Great One. Or the Great Big One, although I'm not that big anymore. Just call me Mark. That's good enough. Jeffries. That's right. Jeffries is at a town hall meeting today. He's doing a fabulous job in Congress, desperately trying to be Speaker of the House. I can do better than him. That's all he ever says. He walks around, he's staring at the walls. I can do better than him. I can do better than him. I should be the Speaker. Why is he the Speaker? I can do better than him. People hear him saying this all the time. But let's listen to what he said today, because I'm told it's memorable. Cut 19, go.
So-and-so.
There you go. Wait a minute. Next thing you know, he's going to be talking about how authoritative Donald Trump is. And I happen to agree. Anyway, let's start right before so-and-so. Go ahead.
So-and-so signed the so-called executive order.
You see how disrespectful he is? He's a punk. Bottom line is he's a punk. So-and-so signed the so-called executive order. You mean the President of the United States? If I call you so-and-so, is that okay? No, Mark. You can't do that. That's racist. Excuse me. Calling Trump so-and-so. So you're so-and-no. Go ahead.
Executive order. Trying to do
start over. We missed a key word in there that I want the audience to hear. Go ahead.
So-and-so signed the so-called executive order. It was a voter suppression executive order. Trying to do all of the things that the so-called SAVE Act is trying to do, but trying to do it through executive action. He does not have...
You know what he's talking about, right? You got to demonstrate you're a citizen before you can register to vote in federal elections. So-and-so signed the so-called executive order President Trump signed an executive order. And the Democrats were furious. What do you mean you got to prove you're a citizen before you can register to vote? What do you mean by that? Excuse me, what are you, cheaters? Oh, cheaters, huh? What are you, a January 6er? Huh? What's going on with you? Don't you accept the election result? You're an election denier. That's what... Excuse me. Settle down. Step back. That's right. We want to know if people are voting who have the right to vote. If you're not an American citizen, you do not have the right to vote. How do you know if somebody's an American citizen when they register if they don't show that they're an American citizen when they register? The Democrats are fine with that. It's okay. They got judges running illegal alien criminals out the back door. They got judges ruling all over the country trying to run the country. Oh, yeah, they're having a good old time. These thugs, these authoritarians. What else did the speaker wannabe have to say, so-and-so?
That. And so all of the Democrats, the House Democrats partnered with the Senate Democrats, partnered with the Democratic National Committee.
They were Democrats partnering with Democrats partnering with Democrats. Isn't that wonderful? Go ahead.
With the Democratic Governors Association.
Yeah.
And I even joined the lawsuit. Is it up on screen?
Oh, you're so brave. Democrats joined Democrats who joined other Democrats and Democrats. And I even joined the lawsuit against the SAVE Act. That's right. Why should people have to demonstrate their citizens to vote? Sick. Just sick. Go ahead.
I even joined the lawsuit.
Do you have it up on the screen there? My name on the lawsuit? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tell them. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
On your behalf.
Thank you.
And I like this name. Jeffries versus Trump.
Oh, yeah.
And so we sued him in the United States District Court for the District of Columbia, and we believe we will win.
Mm-hmm. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And people are clapping because they don't know what the hell he's talking about. They don't know what the SAVE Act says. If he were to say, ladies and gentlemen, I brought a lawsuit to prevent anyone from being asked if they're a citizen before they register. May I hear an applause? You'd be dead. Excuse me? What? You're insane. What are you, a moron? That's right. You don't have to show you're a citizen. You know, he calls it voter suppression. Voter suppression. If you have to show you're a citizen. And, you know, one of the arguments the plaintiffs made was, it's just too cumbersome. Excuse me. That's right. Too cumbersome. The government that has an IRS laws are about 4 inches thick. We have to hire a CPA if you actually pay taxes into this very complicated system. I'm not talking about a flat type tax. Yeah. The government, you see. It's too hard to show that you're a citizen. No, it's not. It's actually quite easy. It's very easy. But Hakeem Jeffries, this is what he's been busy doing. And I brought a lawsuit. That's right. I worked with this Democrat, that one, and they joined me in this one. Notice all the Democrats oppose a requirement that only citizens can register to vote. They all oppose it, which means they support non-citizens voting. What else could it mean? Now, we're not stupid here. We understand how easy it is to prove you're a citizen. We have illegal aliens running around with false papers trying to prove they're citizens. We citizens can demonstrate that we're citizens. You have to demonstrate it for Social Security and Medicare. You got to demonstrate it all over the place. But for voting, it's too complex. It's too complicated. And don't accuse us of fraud either. You're an election denier. Sick. Yes, Hakeem. I should be the speaker. I'm better than that guy. How did that guy get it? I should be the speaker. Okay. I'll blink. Bill Maher is on with Piers Morgan. This guy, Piers Morgan, is pretty good. Used to be a liberal kook, but he's not anymore. He's really sharp. You know, he's had enough. They're in Britain. All the lefties are going nuts. Immigration is destroying the country. He sees what's going on. Listen, it's one thing to have been a lefty. It's one thing to have been a so-called liberal. But now that you see the consequences of what they've done over the last 4 years, how do you maintain that position? Seriously. And look at them now. Look who they defend now. Not hardworking, honest citizens. I mean, I don't have a problem with giving a hand and helping somebody up. In fact, I support it. That's not what we're talking about. Gang members, murderers, rapists, drug cartels. Yeah, so what? So, here's Bill Maher on with Piers Morgan. Cut 16. Go.
I mean, this wasn't, my favorite moment of our friendship, but, look, I don't want to get in too much into that, but I think the minute you play the Hitler card,
that's what I think.
You've lost the argument.
Yes.
And also, I must say, come on, man. Hitler, Nazis, nobody has been harder about and more prescient, I must say, about Donald Trump than me. I don't need to be lectured on who Donald Trump is. Just the fact that I met him in person didn't change that. And the fact that I reported honestly is not a sin either. But
so stop there a minute. All these conservatives that quote Bill Maher, this is my problem with them. This is like what you got to denounce Donald Trump, who was nothing but gracious to you, had you at the White House. How many of you folks have been to the White House? Almost none of you. How many of you have had a meal with Donald Trump? I assume none of you. This guy's been a lifelong critic of Donald Trump, and Donald Trump has him at the White House. He says he's very gracious. Nobody's been more, critical of Donald Trump than I. Oh, well, let's give him a gold medal for that. It's very tough in Hollywood for comics to be critical of Donald Trump. Anyway, go ahead.
Use the Hitler thing. First of all, I just think it's kind of insulting to 6 million dead Jews. That should kind of be in its own place in history. And, I know people can say, well, we're just comparing it in this way. Well, it's an argument you kind of lost just to start it. It's just, look, maybe it's not completely logically fair, but Hitler has really kind of got to stay.
Well, now you know how Trump feels by endlessly being called Hitler. Let's slip in a call here of hostiles. Bill, Houston, Texas, XM satellite. Go right ahead, please, Bill.
Hey, I voted for Trump. Okay.
Can you prove that, sir?
I'm a registered Republican. I mean,
You're a registered Republican. Can you prove that you voted for Trump, yes or no?
I went in the voter box and, I checked my block and I voted for Trump.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
so you can't prove it, so I have to take your word for it. Go right ahead, sir.
Okay, do you have, well, let me ask you this. We're having a conversation. Do you have proof that you voted for Trump?
No, I don't.
So, okay. So I have to take your word.
See how honest I am?
Okay.
You're rambling on like a liberal, but go right ahead, please.
No, I'm not rambling on. Okay. I have buyer's remorse. One thing, when I went to high school, okay, there was 3 equal government.
Which high school did you go to, sir?
I went to Abbeville High School in Alabama.
Really?
Okay.
Which town is that in?
Abbeville, Alabama.
Mm-hmm. Can you prove that, sir?
Can you?
That you went to that high school? What an absurd question. How can I prove that you went to that high school?
Well, look it up. I don't care. But anyhow, what I learned when I went to civics class is bills were introduced.
Who was your teacher in civics class?
Eddie.
Who was your teacher?
Mr. Parker.
I don't believe that, but go right ahead. You can't prove that either.
Okay, well, so when I went, a bill was introduced. It went to the House. It was brought up as a vote.
And what bill was that, sir?
And it was brought when a bill, any bill, okay, was brought to the floor. It was.
Oh, you mean a bill, not a guy named Bill? Okay, you weren't clear. Go ahead.
No, a bill. Okay, it was discussed in committee, then it went to the floor of the House, then it was voted on. If it passed, okay, then it went to the Senate, and then they discussed it. They down, and they gave it a vote up or down. Okay, if it passed, then it went to the president's desk for him to sign.
Wait, in Alabama, it went to the president's desk? I think you mean to the governor's desk.
No, what I said is the president. I said Trump. I said I have issues with Trump. Okay.
Yeah. Well, let's cut to the chase. You're kind of prolonging this. What is your issue?
My issue is, number one, we have 3 branches of government. Okay.
We actually have 4. Maybe you're not familiar with the bureaucracy. Go right ahead.
Well, anyway, okay, Trump is ruling by executive order. It is not almost 200. Okay, he is bypassing the republic, the way that it was set up.
No, you can do executive orders, has actually been taking place for over 200 years. If the purpose of the executive order is to affect executive policy, you don't need a congressional statute to affect executive policy that would violate separation of powers. You understand?
I understand that. But what I'm saying is...
So when the president issues an executive order, he wants to reduce the size of the bureaucracy. That's an executive function. When the president issues an executive order that he wants to do away with DEI in the government, that's an executive function. When the president issues an executive order and says we're not going to use our monies here in the executive branch to subsidize anti-Semitism and so forth, that's an executive function. You see how that works?
Yes, I do. But what I'm saying is 182 executive orders.
I don't care how many there are. I mean, I'm not excited about how many there are either. Don't get me wrong. But which executive order in specific is violating the Constitution? There are 182. I'm sure there's many you could choose from.
Let's see. The fact that he's not even brought up a single piece of legislation that he signed.
Well, the president doesn't bring up legislation. He can recommend it. I learned that in civics, too. Now, that said, he's got a budget bill that just passed. He's got a tax bill that he's waiting for. He doesn't control Congress. Congress controls Congress.
Exactly.
Thank you for your call. There, we agree. All right, let's move on. The guy didn't know I was even playing around, did he, Mr. Producer? I think I lost a fan there, didn't I? Is it possible? It's possible? I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.
Mr. Producer, what were you telling me when I wasn't listening? Oh. Well, let's take some more callers. Do we have any callers there you can just mention to me? Yeah. Mark in Virginia, XM Satellite. Where in Virginia are you, Mark?
I'm in Stanton, Virginia.
I thought they pronounced, it's spelled Staunton, but pronounced Stanton, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm a truck driver for 39 years, and I'm just laid over here. And I just want to tell you, I love you. I love Sean. I love all you guys. I've been listening to you for years.
Thank you.
And I miss Rush so bad. Yeah. And don't doubt me on that.
No, I don't. I do too. You understand? We used to keep in touch early in the morning and also late at night.
Yes,
I understand completely, 100%. He's deeply needed.
Yes,
I'm with you.
I have a question that I think Rush would ask everybody that I haven't heard anybody say anything about.
Yeah.
What does these Democrats have? Why are they so
why are they
interested in getting this? Bringing this guy back to, what does the MS-13 people have over these Democrats? That's what I'm wondering.
Look, this is the thing is, it's a couple of fold here. Number one, anything to oppose Trump doesn't matter. They got to destroy Trump. That's number one. Number two, they don't care about the American people. So what if the guy's a wife beater, MS-13, so forth and so on? They just want as many people in this country who are from another countries. And by the way, the less educated, the better, and illegal aliens better than others, because they want to change the makeup of the voters. The New York Times gave it away many months ago when they said they want to reshape the voters. They want to change the citizenry. And keep something in mind here. All these illegal aliens, if they have children according to birthright citizenship, which I've said over and over again is unconstitutional, but I say what I say, then they have children here. And keep one other thing in mind that nobody even talks about. Then you have chain migration. So by the time you're done in 25 years, you have 100, 120 million people in this country who are not assimilated into this country, but are taught over and over again to go hard left, to vote for Democrats, to get gimmies. That's what it's about. This is revolution by immigration. So they're not going to step back. That was a great, great question. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin, the great one.
The great one, Mark Levin.
Dial in now, 877-381-3811.
Yeah. Let's go to Kevin, Alberta, California, on the Mark Levin app. Kevin, go right ahead, please.
Hey, Mark.
Hello, Kevin.
Have I got you?
You got? Yep. Hold on, let me. Yeah, you do.
Okay. You'd mentioned earlier that Trump was using tariffs to open up markets Kevin? in other countries. Yes. Oh, have I got you?
Are you Kevin?
Yes, I am.
All right, go ahead, please.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You'd mentioned earlier that.
Is this line 2 or 3, Mr.
Trump
is this Kevin?
Yes, it is.
Kevin, we've been waiting for you. Go right ahead. What's going on?
Phone isn't working right, but you'd mentioned
No,
earlier...
you're Kevin, right? Is that your name, Kevin?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, we've killed enough time. Go ahead, Kevin.
You'd mentioned earlier that Trump is using tariffs to open up other markets in other countries. But my question is that between the power of the U.S. dollar, internationally, and the fact that you guys down in the States pay some of the highest wages in the world.
Wait a minute, you're from Canada. You're not from California. I don't know why they put California here. Go right ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. The question is, with the power of the U.S. dollar.
By the way, how do you like those Capitals? Those Washington Capitals, boy. I don't think there's a Canadian team that can beat them. Do you?
Oh, well, I got the Oilers. I'm in Alberta, so I got the Oilers.
Sorry to hear that.
But, yeah, I just don't know that the U.S. has the ability to be competitive, even without tariffs.
Mm-hmm. I think we are competitive, even with tariffs, and I think if we can get the rest of the world to do what Trump's trying to do, it'll be a remarkable thing. Absolutely remarkable thing. And this is what I've explained. And I'm not stretching, or I'm not just saying this to say it. He's using tariffs in a way I've never seen. You see, you got to pinpoint the day. He said, "No, you know what? We can't pinpoint tariffs. We're getting screwed all over the world. They've got these massive tariffs, and so I'm putting tariffs in place. Now we'll negotiate new deals in order for other people to get their tariffs." And I said, "Wait a minute. As a free marketer, that's absolute genius. That's brilliant." By the way, Kevin, if I were you, I'd get out of there and come to the United States. Just a thought. It's up to you, of course.
Well, if you guys would hurry up and make us the 51st state, I'd be down there in a moment.
Okay. Isn't it cold up there all the time, though? For God's sakes, man. It's like Buffalo there all the time, isn't it?
It got above freezing today, so we're counting that as good.
This is why I go to Florida. I mean, it's even cold where I'm in Virginia sometimes. I go, no, I don't need this anymore. Certainly wouldn't head north.
At least it's not 40 below.
Well, at least it's not 90 below. But I do understand your point. You're a good fella, good-hearted. Thank you, buddy. Take care of yourself. Okay. Let's go to Carmelo, Tampa, Florida, on the Mark Levin app. Carmelo, how are you?
Oh my God, I'm great, Mark. Honestly, this is pretty crazy. I might have a heart attack.
Don't have that. I've had one of those.
Jesus, no, but you know what I'm saying. I'm just a little nervous.
Yes.
But anyway,
no reason to be. Just little old me.
Yeah, no, there's definitely reason. But just want to say real quick, happy birthday to my new little cousin. She was just born at 12:58 this morning, right after midnight.
Good for you,
Laura Grace Lafredo. Thanks, man. But really, congratulations to my cousin Steve, his wife Danielle. They got a little.
Hey, Steve, congratulations. I assume the family's Italiano.
See, yep, we are. How'd you guess?
Carmelo's a dead giveaway.
But yeah, right.
Do you know my favorite food is Italian? Isn't that amazing? I love Italian food. I love it.
I think if everybody's honest with themselves, they would say the same thing too.
And I agree. You know, ethnic food. Maybe I can eat like Chinese once a week. Some of the ethnic foods I don't eat at all, of course. But like Italian, I can eat 3-4 days a week. I just love it. Anyway, go ahead.
Everything. But yes, okay. So yes, there was that, and also I'm going through Men in Black, like just because it's crazy how super relevant it is, like right now, and just.
When did I write that? Like it's almost 20 years now. Was that 15 years, something like that? I'm trying to remember, but it's been a while.
So the copy I got is 2005.
That's what it is. 20 years ago.
Crazy.
It's a good book.
Oh, it's a good book. And it's just really cool. It's crazy how you go back far enough to the founding era and like the whole Marbury versus Madison thing, because you've been talking about that a lot recently. And that what came out of that, but that was transitioning from Adams to Jefferson, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's how do you go from that, because they were rivals, you describe them as rivals, and how it was this political situation, the midnight judges, you know what I mean? Like I can imagine how much of a big deal it was at the time. But as different as rivals as they were still just super pro this new country, and
you're
like
right.
Almost immediately you got a situation where it started to like cannibalize itself, where you had the judge that wanted more power, and it's
you're talking about Marshall. No, you're right. Listen, I'm very excited you like this book, and you're going to like my next one too. I almost gave the title away. I would have had to dump it, but you're going to like this next one too. So you call back and we'll make sure you get a copy. I'll sign a copy for you. Carmelo, congratulations to your family. It is very exciting. God bless you, my friend. Adam, Osaka, Japan. Yes, on the Mark Levin app. I told you, people can hear us all over the world, and they do call and they do listen. Adam, Osaka, Japan, go right ahead, please.
Hey, Mark, it's great to talk to you. I have a story about Mahmoud Khalil, and it really says a lot. It's 9:43 in the morning.
But you're late riser.
In October, I'm actually the captain of the Israeli bobsled team in October of 2023.
Hold on, you're what?
In Square Park to debate about Israel. Just right.
Hold on. Slow down a sec. We have a delay. You were what with the Israeli what? I didn't hear you.
I'm the captain of the Israeli bobsled team.
Seriously, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, I listen to you every day, Mark, when I'm training.
That's cool. Yeah.
So in October of 2023, I set up a table in Washington Square Park to debate about Israel just a week after the 10/7 attacks. And this dude came up to the table with his now wife. And he was screaming about Hamas because on the sign on the table, I said Hamas is a terrorist group that butchered civilians. And he couldn't let it go that I had called Hamas a terror group. And this dude, turns out, we got a picture of him, is Mahmoud Khalil. And so every single newscast that I hear that he doesn't support Hamas, so there's no evidence, this dude, as Israel was still counting bodies, was full on in support, shouting about how necessary Hamas was and how amazing Hamas was.
Yeah, he's a punk. He's a no damn good. He's a Hitler Youth, little Nazi bastard, and he needs to be deported. And he can go back, he and his wife and kids, and enjoy the Hamas life. If he steps out of line, they'll beat him to death, won't they? Adam, call again. We're running out of time. It's a pleasure, my friend. So there you are. He was yelling in his face, supporting Hamas. Wow. Who would have known that? We'll be right back.
Mark Levin.
It's funny how the media ignore this guy, Khalil. He's well known as a bully, as a big mouth, promoting the Hamas crap. But it's funny, they couldn't find anybody. And we have a guy, Adam, who calls from Osaka, Japan, who was at a table there, and the guy was in his face promoting Hamas, Hamas, Hamas. We go to America every Friday in honor of you. Here we go. week is officially over. The weekend begins right now. Please don't forget to set your DVR and watch live. It's a lot of fun. Life, Liberty, and Levin, Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Check them out. I know you're going to love it, particularly this week on both shows. We salute our armed forces, police officers, firefighters, emergency personnel, our truckers, the men and women in Ukraine, the men and women in Israel. You, the American people, thank God for you. Good night, Spritey and Griffey. Good night, Pepsi and Smokey. Good night, Zelda and Gigi. Good night, Indy and Patton and Rory. Good night, little Barney. And good night, Marty. Good night, Dad and Mom. And good night, Leo. Good night, Joe. Good night, Bernard. Good night, Teddy. Good night, all the great patriots who have passed before us. And many in your family, too. Don't miss us tomorrow night, folks. I'm telling you, Saturday and Sunday. I want you to watch these two shows if you're going to watch any. 8 p.m. Eastern on Fox. I'll see you tomorrow.